Good morning, Acorns, and welcome to Thursday's Maths. What we're going to look at today is choosing a strategy. So what that means is choosing a method to work out the calculation you've been given. So look at the calculation and think about what method would you use to solve it. So would you use a mental method or would you use a written method? And it's your chance today to use the methods which work best for you, okay? Sometimes you might find that a mental method would work better than a written method for the calculation, and it's a bit of problem solving today to work out what you think is best, okay? So let's look at the first example we've been given. 84 minus 35. So what strategy would you use for that? Okay. Right, so personally, I would use a mental method. So for a mental method, we still can write notes down, okay? So what we do is, for a mental method for subtraction, we do our number line, we put our biggest number at the end, and then we subtract the number we've been given, okay? And we subtract it mentally, so it is still a mental method, even though we're writing down, okay? So what we do first of all is we take away the tens. So we're going to do a jump and we're going to minus the 3 tens that we've been given. So we're minusing 30 from the 8 tens that we've been given. So that will leave us with 54. Don't forget to keep your units on, okay? Your next step is to minus the 5, okay? So if you minus 5 away from 54, if you count back, so if you count back from 54, you're counting back 5, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49. And that is a mental method. So 84 minus 35 is 49, okay? So remember, when you do jump backs, partition what you're subtracting into tens and units, okay? So that is one method. That is a mental method for subtraction, okay? And because we've only got small numbers involved, a mental method is good to use there, okay? So let's move on to another example. So this time we've been given 3,675 minus 1,882. So looking at that, what method would you use to work that out, okay? So we've been given quite big numbers there. And if we used a mental method, we'd have to partition this number into thousands, hundreds, tens and units and do the jumps, okay? So what I would do for this calculation is I would use the written method for subtraction, okay? So let's just recap on that. So biggest number at the top, so 3,675 minus 1,882, okay? And then we're going to do our method, okay? So 2 away from 5 would give us 3. 80 away from 70 we can't do because we haven't got enough, so we're going to borrow from next door. So the 600 will turn into a 500 and we will borrow 100 there, so we've got 170. So now we can take away 80 from 170, okay? That will leave us with 90, so we've got 9 tens to go in our tens column. We've then got 800 to take away from 500. We can't do that. We haven't got enough. So we're going to borrow from our thousands and change our 3,000 to 2,000. And then our 500 will turn into 1,500 or 1,500. So if you take away the 800 away from the 1,500, you will be left with 700, okay? Then your last step is to take away 1,000 away from 2,000, which would leave us with 1,000. That gives us the answer of 1,793. So there is the answer to your calculation, okay? So can you see how we've borrowed and we've had to then take away, okay? So that is our written method for some subtraction, okay? Our next question here, our last question that we're going to go through is 53 add 19, okay? So what we'll do there is use a mental method, okay? So again, our number line. So this time we're doing addition. So we don't put our number at the end because we're not taking away. We're going to put our number here at the beginning. So we're going to put the bigger number at the beginning and we're going to add the smaller number, okay? So we add again in tens and units. So partition 19 into 10 and units. So what we do first is we're going to add our tens. So we're going to add 10, okay? So if we add 10 to 53, we're just going to add 110 to our tens column. So we then get 63, okay? We then need to add 9 so that we've totally added 19. And if we add 9, if we count up 9 from 63, okay, we will get 72. And that is your mental method for addition, okay? So 53 add 19 equals 72. So there I've gone over a mental method for subtraction, a mental method for subtraction, and a written method for subtraction, and a mental method for addition, okay? What we can quickly do is we can quickly look at a written method for addition, just to recap what we already know, okay? So let's say that Sam has 7,219 cakes and his friend gives him 2,724 more, okay? So there we've got big numbers, so I'm going to use a written method, okay? So I've put the numbers in the correct column and I'm going to start off with my units. So 9 units add 4 units would give me 13. So I've got 3 units and 1 10 to carry over, okay? 10 add 20 would give me 30. Add the 1 10 I've carried over would give me 40. 200 add 700 would give me 900. And 7,000 add 2,000 would give me 9,000. So my answer would be 9,943. So what we've done there, we've looked at both written and both mental methods for addition and subtraction. And that is what I would like you to do today. I would like you to choose the method which works best for the question you've been given. Okay? Remember to follow the steps that I've modelled for the mental and the written methods, and good luck.